let's roll into the great debate. Carter, can you present the topic for us, and we'll begin?
Yeah, so the great debate, I give a topic, and they have to disagree or agree, depending on who picks which side. And this week, it is having an early teal season versus not having an early teal season.
Okay.
And Joey, it's your decision this week, I believe.
I agree with not having an early teal season.
Okay.
But I feel like the person who is for it should start.
I agree with you. So let's begin. One of the biggest.
Wrong.
All right, listen, man.
Oh,
Let
no.
me say what I have to say.
Okay.
All right. One of the biggest reasons that we have an early teal season is because it's a great way for people who aren't capable or willing to hunt in some of the colder temperatures of the year, being able to get out and go hunt just teal when the weather is much nicer. There's a lot of older people who have hunted for years who, when it gets colder throughout the year, it's more difficult for them to get out, or they're not able or willing to go out in such cold temperatures, which a lot of our duck season in Minnesota is colder temperatures, right?
Right.
On top of this, another great reason for having an early teal season is that a lot of youth go out during early teal season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we can all agree the most important thing that we can do for waterfowl and the future of waterfowl is to get young people to get out, learn how to identify birds, which we talked about earlier being a huge issue, is when people buy their hunting license, they're not forced to do any education about it. So a lot of people don't know how to identify birds.
Uh-huh.
They don't understand the conservation side of hunting waterfowl. So getting them out during early teal season, especially kids, and helping them as mallards fly by and you say, nope, can't shoot those. We can't shoot those because they're mallards. And you explain the size difference and the speed.
And
I think
rainbow-colored teal. Can't shoot those either.
Can't shoot those either. But I do think that early teal season is a great learning opportunity for young people or new waterfowl hunters, because a lot of the time too with early teal, you're not that concerned about going out and having some banger hunt, especially because teal really don't know they're about to get shot at. So it's,
You're saying they're dumber.
No, I'm just saying they're not really accustomed to the idea that in the middle of the summer they're going to start getting shot at, you know?
Sure.
I think that a lot of their biology that tells them, oh shit, it's hunting season, is related to migration and weather and patterns and all that stuff, and it's August and here we are. So I think that those reasons alone, being able to get out older people who want to go out and hunt and want to have a chance to do it, and people that aren't willing to hunt when it's super cold or sketchy, as we've talked about on this podcast, how sketchy things can get when it's really cold out if you go over your waders or whatever. Then getting youth out and helping them learn to identify birds, I think those are two great reasons for having an early teal season. That's my opening monologue.
That's all you got?
That's how I'm going to start. So let's see how I can turn this into a debate about old photos.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you said warm weather. Yeah, no. I want to be a good debater here.
All right. Master debater.
So you said warm weather is better to get more people into hunting, right?
Well, I didn't say necessarily getting new people into hunting, but the warmer weather is a big proponent of taking, especially like older people. I mean, a lot of older people don't want to go out when it's super cold and sketchy. There's a lot of people with 80-year-old grandpas who want to be able to take their grandpa hunting. But if I told my grandpa, let's go hunting, and it's 22 degrees and the wind's blowing 15 miles an hour in, November, he's going to be a lot less interested than a, nice, easy day during early teal.
Your grandpa's just not a grinder.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, Grandpa Marv is not a grinder.
Name's not Marv, but yeah.
But you get what I'm talking about.
Okay, sure.
I know your grandpa.
I know you know that.
So, you're concerned about the past of waterfowl. I'm concerned about the future. Okay? I'm concerned about getting younger people into the sport.
My second part of my whole argument was getting young people out.
And you know what's a really good way how to get younger people into the sport?
Early teal season.
No. if there's a
okay.
lot more birds around, because it gives them a lot more opportunity. And if you're bringing them out there on September 1st in Minnesota, what that's been doing in the last 3 years, because we've had it in Minnesota the last 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
is it drives the ducks north.
Yeah, but we haven't seen that be statistically proven. We haven't also
We
seen
have seen that statistically
we haven't
proven.
seen a drop or a decrease in birds in the area because of early teal.
Yes, we have.
Do you have facts on that?
Yeah.
Okay, pull 'em up.
Carter, help me out.
Oh, look. Keep talking.
Bird harvest numbers on duck opener weekend.
The last 3 years versus, or like just do 2023 versus 2019. Is that fair?
You sure?
Sure. Okay.
I don't know that Minnesota is going to have that data for harvest opener.
Yeah.
I
Of
saw
course they
some.
don't.
I saw some harvest data. So
Was it on TikTok?
it's very funny.
Okay, no.
It's
Continue
very
with your
funny and also
monologue.
upsetting. We already have a youth season here in Minnesota. I don't think we need to extend it with early teal. And so my whole premise for not having an early teal season is because just in the 3 years that we've had it, and I know you've seen it as well, is we've had a significant drop in certain species on duck opener. We have shot way less wood ducks. We have shot way less mallards, pintails, widgeon, shoveler, pretty much every species other than teal in Minnesota. And you can look on our YouTube and see what we've been shooting on opener the last 3 years versus the prior years. And so in prior years, we had a much more of a mixed bag, whereas the past 3 years, we have had a lot more teal, just period.
So how does that make sense then? I mean, we're literally only shooting teal during early teal season, but now we're only shooting teal?
Teal have that natural migration. They start north and they work their way south, whereas mallards, widgeon, wood ducks, pintails, they have been shown with GPS collars to run north.
They're migrating south. So are they migrating or are they just chilling?
The big ducks, once they see the pressure, they migrate north.
Yeah, that is like, dude, I get what you're saying. There is some, you can see that some birds do that, but you can't correlate the fact that it's suddenly they heard gunshots, now they leave. They're not getting shot. So we shoot guns all year. We're shooting guns all year long. People shoot trap. People are gunshots going off all the time.
We shoot trap in WMAs and WPAs from September 1st till September 23rd.
No, but I'm saying to you that these birds are not getting shot.
No,
Now,
they're not getting shot at, but they are hearing the shots while they're on the roost, while they're in that area where other birds are being shot, and they're saying, uh-oh, hunting pressure, bye-bye.
You have, like, I would legitimately have
I put
to
a
see
GoPro.
some legit.
I put a GoPro on a mallard. And he said, oh, shit.
I got to go back to
I got to
Canada.
get out of here. He goes, there's way too much pressure here. I got to get the out of here.
I would have to see some statistics.
Well,
believe that.
just take our own statistics.
Yeah, what about them?
We have shot way less larger puddle ducks in the last 3 years than we had
But
in
dude,
years past.
that doesn't make sense. That argument makes no sense.
But just think about what I just said. We have shot way less larger puddle ducks since we started an early teal season than we had before we ever had an early teal season. Would you agree with that?
Do you think that throughout the entire season, Joey, you've shot less mallards and less pintails over the last 3 years?
Yes.
Do you think that is related to the weather and our patterns that we've had and migration as a whole? Or do you think that's just literally related to the fact that people shoot teal?
Nope. I think it's directly correlated to the fact that we are shooting ducks earlier than we ever have.
Yeah.
And that is because we are in the breeding area. Minnesota is a heavy breeding area for waterfowl. So this is where a lot of ducks are being born. And so then they follow the older ducks and they go, well, what's going on? And they follow the older ducks, their parents, other broods around them. And so
Right now, we don't have any statistical data that can prove that where it's not a question about weather and migration patterns.
That's why we just had the early teal season, is to see how it would affect our area.
And we haven't shut it down because
it was negative.
They can't.
They said it was going to be a 3-year study.
This is the last year.
Right now, yeah. But that doesn't mean they won't keep it going. And I'm sure,
Right.
I'm hoping we'll see some more statistical data. Because right now, there's not a lot of statistical data to back this up. And, dude, I think that...
Well, that's why we did this.
Joey, you're not really making that much sense, dude, because you're saying that the fact that we have early teal and now we're shooting teal before duck opener happens. Then when we get to duck opener, the only birds we shoot are teal. That makes no sense, dude. You're telling me that
Teal
they
are
have a
dumb.
natural migration. They're coming through already. They're going to continue to migrate. And then we shoot the shit out of them for early teal. And then all of a sudden we get to duck opener and the only thing we shoot is teal? That doesn't make sense, dude.
Let me put it to you this way. We have lots of mallards, widgeon, pintail, ringnecks.
We don't have a lot of widgeon or pintail, just so you know.
No, we do.
No, we don't.
Have you ever gone out and looked at...
Joey, have you read the data
Yes.
about how many pintail and widgeon breed in Minnesota?
Yes.
It's not a lot.
It is a lot.
It's not.
It's way more than what we're shooting and what everyone else in our area is shooting, because I have a good thumb on the pulse of what's going on around here between social media, phone calls, text messages, whatever. And I've asked people, hey, have you noticed a difference in the last 2 to 3 years? What did you shoot on duck opener this year? And they said, we mainly shot teal. I go, okay. And then what did you shoot in years past? We mainly shot mallards, widgeon, pintail.
But
Period.
you said earlier yourself that there's a changing of migration patterns from bird to bird, and we have seen a shift, especially in like widgeon, when we talked about earlier on the Yellowstone, right? Like birds migrate based on their safety and their food resources.
Right, and this is a matter of safety.
Yeah, but Joey, it's a matter of safety specifically for teal, and then teal are the only thing we're shooting on duck opener. So that math doesn't math, bro.
No, the ducks that don't feel safe, they go north.
The teal feel safe?
The teal don't know what's going on.
So you're saying a teal is dumber than a mallard?
Absolutely.
Right, and that's your
100%.
opinion.
Nope, it's pretty factual. Yeah.
Okay, it's very hard for me to think you're making any sense when you're telling me that the fact that we have early teal makes it so we can't shoot mallards now. Like, what?
No, it is pretty factual.
Where's the facts, man?
The
I gotta
facts
see 'em.
is
You gotta
the
bring 'em
facts
up.
is that I've been hunting for almost 30 years.
Okay, which
20
is irrelevant because
28
we've only had
years.
early teal season for 3 years.
28. No. It'll make sense here in a second. So 28 years of duck hunting,
Sure.
right?
Okay.
And I've shot a multitude of ducks
Yes.
on duck opener.
Yep.
And I also have photo evidence
Sure.
to prove these things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I also have a lot of friends in the area of Minnesota since before teal opener started.
Mm-hmm.
And they said what they are mainly shooting on duck opener is a large variety of ducks. And since teal opener has started, they are mainly shooting teal on duck opener. The biggest duck that everyone has noticed the difference on is wood ducks. Wood ducks are gone come duck opener. And I've asked you this outside of the great debate. And I said, have you noticed how many few wood ducks we are shooting in these last 3 years? And you said, yeah, we aren't seeing hardly any wood ducks. And so
That's
outside
true.
of the great debate, you've seen a lot less wood ducks. And it is proven that a lot of wood ducks breed here.
Would you like the breeding data from
Yes.
2019 compared to
Yes, we
2023?
would like that.
So for wood duck, 2019 there was 20,943. 2023 there was 19,904. So about 1,000 difference. Mallards went up 15,000 2019 to 2023.
Uh-oh.
Widgeon went down from 927 to 693.
927. We have a lot of widgeon here, Joe?
Yeah.
927 of them.
In years past.
Pintail,
Not that it wasn't related to the early teal, though.
Continue.
Pintails, 2019 is 172. 2023 was 408.
We have a lot of pintails here, Joe?
I'm not going to handle this. You keep doing that, I'm going to get pissed off.
Blue-
But, bro, we don't.
I'm going to get pissed off.
Blue wing teal, it went from 49,000 to 36,000. So the teal is the one that has the massive drop compared to all the other species.
Right.
But all we shoot is teal.
Right.
We have more mallards breeding here.
But, however, in Minnesota, we shoot more green wing teal than we do blue wing teal.
That was the stats for green wing. Blue wing, it's like 1,000.
Right. No. So you're not disproving my thought process by saying that the amount of ducks that breed here do not stay here. What I'm saying is the ducks that breed here, because we are a part of the breeding, like we're a major hub of breeding waterfowl. Once they start hearing gunshots, they go later and they head north.
Yeah, I think
there is a lot of GPS data backing that up.
But the thing, though, that's not backing you up is you're saying that in years past that you were shooting a lot of pintail and widgeon.
Correct.
Okay? But we're seeing right now that even before early teal, those birds are not breeding in this state. 172 pintail and 600 some widgeon.
Just because they're not breeding here doesn't mean we're not shooting them here. And that's because of how birds fly. And I'm telling you, because of hunting pressure, they're gone. Period.
I don't agree.
Yep. I don't really care if you agree. The stats are there.
They're not there. They're not there for you. The stats are not there for you, bro.
All right. I
Not
don't
on
think
pintail and widgeon.
I don't think that we should have 2 ducks out of how many puddlers?
How many puddlers do we shoot in Minnesota that you think are also affected by that? Gadwall. Okay.
Shovelers.
Okay. We're not really shooting less shovelers.
I mean, on
We
opener?
shoot shovelers.
On opener?
Sure. Yeah, we've shot shovelers the last 2 years.
We shot a lot the last 3?
We shot a lot of shovelers, not this past year, but the 2 years before that.
Really?
Yes.
How many?
I don't know. Look at the. We can look back at the pictures.
Oops. Doesn't know.
You didn't know
Not
any of those.
statistical.
You said we were a big breeding state for pintail.
I'm not the one who
widgeon.
brought it up.
You said we were a big breeding state for pintail and widgeon. We have 700 of them total.
Cal, we talked about this on our podcast before. They're going over with a helicopter, and they go 400. We've been over this. You're losing this, bud.
No, bud, you're
and
not.
that's
looking
okay. Early teal season is absolutely detrimental to our state, and I want them to remove it. You can still have the youth hunt a week before duck opener. That's totally cool. However,
That's fine.
yeah, 1 weekend. I think it's a day. Carter, help me out here.
I think it's 2 days. I'll double check.
Either way.
2 days. And then you have a week till duck opener. That's fine. You have 21 days? No. I'm not cool with it.
Is early teal 3 weeks long?
No, I think
Yeah.
it's 7 days.
Yeah.
I think it's from the 1st to the 8th.
It's longer than 7.
It's pulling up. It's taking a second to pull up. Give me a second here. Early teal season last year ran from September 2nd through the 6th.
4 days.
The youth season, let me find that here. The youth hunt is September 9th and 10th.
So early teal's 4 days long.
Early teal was 4 days long, yep. 2 through 6, and youth is 9 and 10. And then our regular season opened up on, the 23rd.
Yeah, I think that in and of itself is a great argument for the fact that early teal is not.
You don't think that gunshots in the area where a lot of waterfowl are would affect them?
No, dude. I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
All right. Lion. Sounds good.
No, dude.
Lion.
No, dude. Don't start this, man. All the stuff you
don't
talked
think-
about is so far debunked. We're a big breeding state for widgeon and pintail.
We are.
We're not.
We're a large breeding state for puddle ducks in general.
Okay, the statistics say you're way wrong. We have a total of like 800 if you combine them.
Hey, Carter. Can you please look up for me what are the major breeding states of United States of America?
You're not gonna. If you look it up for pintail
what are
and
the
widgeon,
what are the breeding states for waterfowl?
Well, yeah, it would be the
In America.
pothole region.
Now, Cal, would you say we're a part of the pothole region?
I would say that the statistics say we do not breed a lot of widgeon and pintail here. And I would agree with that because we don't see a lot of pintail and widgeon here. And I've been hunting Minnesota for 12 years. And if you're saying this is all because of early teal season, then I feel that you're wrong because we haven't had a lot of pintail and widgeon breeding here for the last 12 years. So,
is it possible that they migrate north, east, west, or south
But
after they're born?
but they're not breeding here, Joey.
No. Answer
You
my
said
question.
they're breeding here.
No. Answer my question though.
What's your question?
Is it possible
they
that
migrate north?
Is it possible that they migrate in any direction after that they're born and they can fly?
Yeah, but earlier you literally said to
So
me
what
we're a
time-
big breeding state for
We
pintail
are.
and widgeon.
We are.
Just one last thing for me before we end this. I am looking at maps, and most of the pintail and the widgeon maps end
West
right.
Coast.
Well, no, they end right at the Minnesota border. It's North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, and a bunch of Canada. But those two species ends right at about Minnesota. The teal and mallards are all of Minnesota, but widgeon and pintail are mostly west.
Sure.
From what I'm looking at.
Sure. Back in the day, before you started hunting,
Put
Now
the
you
train
sound
cars.
like the
No.
skies were black, huh? Were the skies black, bud?
yeah, the skies were black.
Skies were black, dude. And then this early teal came along and it f***ed us in the ass.
We were shooting a lot. Like a lot.
All right, man.
Like a lot.
You sound like a disgruntled old timer. Back
Say
in
what
the
you
day,
will.
the skies were black. We were breeding thousands of them here.
Say
Seen
what you
them all
will.
over.
I think shooting before it's I don't know what the word is. What's the word? Moral. I think shooting before it's moral. Like if you go and shoot them when they have eggshells on their head, it's not very moral. If
In
you
September?
wait, if you wait till late September, yeah, I think that our duck season shouldn't start until middle of October.
Sure. When do they breed?
They breed
In Minnesota.
anytime. They breed any. Carter, help me out. They breed anytime between May
Yeah, that's not very.
and August, depending if they have a first or a second hatch.
April through the beginning of August.
Okay. So I was 1 month off.
Yeah. A lot of birds breed in May through like June.
Right. And it
So-
takes them a month or two to get their flight feathers.
I'm just saying I don't think you're seeing a huge difference. I agree with you that we should have season start in October. But the fact of the matter
So
is
then
you're
the
going
teal
from,
season should just be gone.
right now, teal's a great way to get
Oops.
people out when it's
Oops.
still nice out. But I don't think that your argument that early teal is changing how many widgeon and pintail we shoot on duck opener, that's a joke.
That wasn't my staple argument, but okay.
It was, dude. Your whole argument
No,
started
it
because
was
you were
all
saying that we
puddle
suddenly
ducks.
shoot less puddle ducks now because of early teal.
Yeah, puddle ducks, not two puddle ducks.
You brought up the widgeon,
Mallards,
the
widgeon,
pintail.
pintail.
I think we'll see. We'll just let the poll come out.
Poll will be on Instagram. You can vote who won.
Yep.